think is what they need to get through this playoff match.
See, what I believe is one of the families here representing 7 in the audience, just getting a very nice grin on their face, hearing the cheer for their, what I assume is their son's team. Good to see. Showing that support.
Map stats here. You can see sets versus points, win rates there. It is interesting to me that they're just 7 is trying to change up expectations tonight, and I really did not expect that after watching their series in week 5 of regular season. They just continue to use this one trick essentially for Bazzi on the Widow, and did not change up their style at all. And then they brought us to Eichenwald, played pure Tracer. Looks like on the defense here we are going to see Tracer Genji here, but not with the Widow. Oh, sorry, not with the Mercy. Interestingly, sorry, I said Tracer Genji. I meant to say Widow Genji with no Mercy, with the Zenyatta.
Here we go. Swaps coming through. So quad tank.
Going to be tough to make this Widow Genji work against this. Keep this a secret for now.
Oh, now they're gonna know. See those right clicks come through from the Zarya as Bellum just charges through, looking for the point. Tuba dashing through. Can't do anything to deny the damage out from this beam from Nice, so has to play very cautiously. Shield comes down. Bazzi finds a hit onto Chara though. Eliminate the healers. That's one way to dismantle this. No sustainability without that. And already Rio getting jumped on. Poon's gonna get popped out of the mech. Rio able to get topped back up here as that coalescence comes down from Aim God, and Emma will fall. 7 trying to stick in onto the point, but can't do it here for the moment. So now ticking up is gonna be Metabellum looking for the first one. Will be able to get it as they try to take down Bazzi, but honestly, stay around the corners, don't peek your heads out, just let him chill off the point while you get the cap.
Yeah, they're just trying to be greedy and grab up ult percentage for the follow-up push for B. That's what Nice is trying to do with those right-click grenades there. This is basically, you know, you're a sniper against, you know, trying to kill someone who's in an armored van versus trying to kill someone on a motorcycle. It's a lot tougher when the quad tank is coming through for you actually to get those headshots, get that damage done. They were able to get the supports, as you mentioned, but the tank line itself stayed alive, stayed sustained, and stayed out of line of sight there onto the point itself. So they just counter the composition of 7. Forcing Bazzi now onto this Tracer pick as Nice is going to make the switch to Soldier. Interesting lineup here, the Soldier and the Sombra together.
Good opening pick though, Mika taken down by Aim God. As they start poking around towards this top right side. Dragon Blade's out though, and both supports gonna go down. Triple kill here for Tuba as he gets rid of Nice. Quadra as Rio will go down. Now just gonna be spamming away. He will die, but the damage is done.
Yep.
The push is shut down.
They completely switched up the composition too. They didn't keep the Zarya out, obviously, with the Soldier Sombra switch coming through. I like this. They're actually not trying to make this a double cap. They're not playing greedy. They just want to play safe. They want to play this Soldier high ground take. It's very difficult to get the Soldier on the high ground with the Sombra without EMP, though, because you don't have any sort of backline threat onto the supports to draw the tanks back. Sombra can harass the support line, but it's Mika's on Mercy, so she has a lot of mobility, and the Revenge is up here on this high ground, so it's actually tough to break through this. They're going to try for it just directly, but as you can see,
they jump right in on the Aim God. He'll get taken down.
It's not a very good, not going to be very successful, at least not this one.
Go ahead and peel back. There's still a lot of members of Metabellum out there, but well, not anymore. That's cleaning them up.
So the Sombra can, if you just take this slow eco push style approach, build up an EMP, Sombra can translocate into the middle of that clump of heroes up at the top on the 2nd floor, and then you can force your way through, get the Soldier up there, and rip through everybody. It takes a lot longer to do that, so they're burning through a lot of time with these eco pushes. In fact, another kill here for Bazzi going to further burn that time bank, but very frustrating to try to aggress with this for Metabellum without that EMP. Now they're about to have it, and they will have opportunities to break through this now on their next push. As before, they were really struggling to get into even position there because there's so much AoE damage coming to these chokes. Has to be the EMP to lead, though. Here comes CCJ wanting to get the perfect angle. Wasting some cooldowns there.
Waiting, biding his time here. Nearly 6 ultimates up, and now Emo's going to get taken down.
This is their chance.
Yeah, that's going to be the Reds coming through from Mika, trying to bring him back in. Self-destruct down from Free, not going to be finding anything. CCJ just spamming away into the front lines. We see that tac visor out from Nice. They'll find one onto Revenge, but Bazzi shuts down two. CCJ not going to get the opportunity to invest that EMP. Bellum held at bay yet again.
Yeah, this ended up being somewhat of a failure because the ultimate of Nice was basically wasted. He was a little bit impatient. He wanted to try to, I believe, get the kill onto Bazzi using the tac visor. That's one way to outdo a Widow in 1v1 if you could just hit those shots there quickly enough and kill the Widow while she's trying to reposition, but it did not happen. He was eliminated. Now makes the switch over to McCree, but a lot of time wasted during this because AimGod keeps getting killed in the backline as Bazzi comes through these flanks. Bazzi's having the games of his life tonight. He really is. And Seven is just really struggling to, or sorry, Bellum is struggling to even get close.
Okay, well that's certainly not what you want.
Nice
Rockets come through there. Yeah, Nice just like, hey, what's up? Nice to see you there. But Rio taken down, so already big punish out by Seven. They had the res, so they'll be fine for the moment. Keep holding strong. Tuba ready with the Dragon Blade.
CCJ still has this EMP available. He wants to use it to get Nice into position now to burst the tanks, not really to get onto the high ground and eliminate members the same way a Soldier would. And obviously the tac visor is not a factor here anymore with the McCree switch, but they can actually, with an EMP, burst the tank so quickly if they get up onto this high ground. Let's see if they can make it happen. They're so telegraphed of what they're trying to do as Seven is power playing.
Waiting in the corner here at the moment. CCJ going low, throws down that EMP, but here comes the Primal Rage. Winston, it's going to be smacking him down. Res on the Tuba to bring him back in, and now CCJ is dead. There's no EMP available, and Bellum continue to struggle. Res up, brings CCJ back in, headshot in on the Free.
Yeah, this has just been several times the shutdowns of these EMPs by Evo's Primal Rage. We saw it on Eichenball. We're seeing it here now too.
Bazzi though in a rough spot, goes up here. Up top, above the point, but Rio taken down. Revenge finding that kill. Boost on the McCree, but Tuba goes forward with a dash, takes out Nice, and Bellum is in full retreat yet again. They're at least building up for more ultimates, going for these eco pushes, but their clock has been drained so much.
Yeah, Revenge is really...
And Bazzi is just killing him on the backside.
They just keep coming through without protection. Both supports are getting punished by him. And we keep seeing this setup where Revenge is able to discord every single person Bazzi's thinking about killing, and sometimes even kills him before Bazzi can scope them. If you watch Bazzi's first-person view, everything he's trying to aim at is either discorded or dead because Revenge is getting so many kills with right and left clicks, making these approaches difficult. Look at this! This is just insane!
Let's just get the boosted shot there into the back of CCJ, takes him down. He's looking for that wraparound, but he's not going to get it. Now, body shot in onto AimGod, nearly takes him down as well. Looking for a bit more. Bazzi, he's feeling it.
He's feeling it indeed. And how do you break this when your supports are constantly under duress from different angles here from Bazzi? You know you're up against a Dragon Blade that's been held for a long time here. How do you really break through?
AimGod dead. Tara's going to have to use the res. Brings him back in. They jump forward looking for Bazzi, but he's still going to be alive and safe at the moment. Tuba onto the low ground. Dragon Blade ready to go. Looking for a target. Bazzi takes down Nice with the Deadeye up. He gets nothing for it. And now AimGod dies as Tuba drags out the Dragon Blade. Cuts him down. Looking for a little bit more. Looking for the pop there onto Hoon. Not going to find it, but it doesn't matter. They'll be perfectly happy with what they got already.
Oh no, CCJ cannot get staggered here. They've got one more chance. But Bazzi has shut down both of Nice's ultimate, shutting down the tac visor, shutting down the Deadeye, back-to-back. When finally he gets in position to try to pop these, Bazzi's there for him. And, you know, he's even making the switch to the Tracer now. Wants to actually surprise them and have a more longevity in a defensive fight here because he knows it's going to be their last push. They know that they have similar ultimates here, so the Tracer is going to be more effective when the heavy dive comes through. Nice switching over to the Genji, excuse me, off that McCree.
Shots coming through. Bazzi going low. Orb of Harmony comes down and stay alive. And Tuba in the meantime, he's taking over the duty of shutting down that Zenyatta. Res is used. Bazzi kills CCJ. And now it's going to be Nice going down. There's no DPS available here as we enter into OT. No ticks, no percentage gain here for Bellum. And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get any at all. They get shut down. CCJ, the only one alive, but can't make it there in time, I do believe.
That's
Hold
it.
there onto B7. Now just needing a firm attack on A and 33% on B, and they will be 2-1 in this series.
Very impressive play by Bazzi. We have to give him credit. He's been inconsistent on the Tracer. His Widowmaker has always been good, but tonight it was superb, and it's important to come up big on playoff night. It's important on your night that won best of 5, the first series of this tournament where it's single elimination. You have to come up big on game day, on playoff day, and he does, killing AimGod repeatedly over and over and over again. The attacks from Bellum were sloppy. They did not respect the Widow. They did not respect line of sight. The supports were trying to be greedy, trying to build ult charge by doing damage at distance, and they were dying for it. AimGod trying to get right-click damage done on the Zenyatta to try to build faster transcendences. That Bazzi was punishing him when the tanks weren't there every single time. And it's not looking good here as momentum seems to have completely shifted over to the side of 7 now, with Bazzi having the best night of his life.
It really has been, and Tuba as well has been putting in some work. We're not seeing the air blades coming down. He's been concise, and even if we just see something like a body shot connect from Bazzi, doesn't get the kill, Tuba has been there to scoop it up, just dashing his way through and cleaning up what Bazzi could not. And now, he's feeling it. The mojo is flowing. He might just go for the Widow on attack. We've seen it several times with mixed results. But maybe today, when he's in the zone, he can just crush the members of Bellum and get a very swift take here onto A.
Everybody remembers, you know, the attack climax Widow on this map that no one expected to do well, but he got 3 opening kills. They grabbed the point instantly. Something like that could happen. We could see the switch. Will be that Reaper to start things off with Evo on the Reinhardt here. So Evo showing his flexibility onto this Reinhardt now, even on Hanamura attack. They just want to get onto the point and control with Reaper, just like he would with the Reaper comp on Nepal. Get into there. He's going to do massive damage. He's going to bust the tanks. They want to get a massive time bank to just get that first tick. So they want this to be the first push that ends it all here against the dive comp. High ground here.
Not going to be finding much here. Bazzi just firing away, trying to chuck down Rio, just force him up the high ground. So he takes him down to about half.
They can get on this point now. Rio's spotted. Look at how much damage Bazzi can do against the Winston here.
He's got to bail out nice as well, chunked down to half. This corridor in onto Bazzi. He tries to stay alive, gets the pop out onto Hoon. They'll take him down very swiftly. Bazzi goes slow, has the Wraith Walk.
He survives through that bio.
Goes into the corner, actually doesn't really get any healing out from Revenge, or who had been taken down just before that. And Mika, I believe, had the speed up. So no ticks coming in yet for 7. Bellum, it was a rough-looking start. Looked like maybe they would have to surrender it, but they actually do manage to hold out there.
That first biotic grenade was really good, and they survived through most of it, but they lost their positional advantage because they had to hide back and defend kind of outside the point. And the second bio grenade connects, and it's just over. Ult disadvantage here for 7 as well, because Bellum played around this really well, only collapsing in when they had that biotic grenade. This is going to be the same sort of approach. You can see that bio grenade connects again. He's got this nano available. They're going to take the same approach. High ground here. Blind sleep misses, but going to come around now to this side. But this is so predictable. And another bio grenade is already ready here for AimGod. They need to try to eat this with the D.Va if possible.
They're able to do that. Revenge is going to go down though. Yet again, Hoon finding that kill.
Blade.
Now Dragon Blade out from Nice. Finds Evo, finds Free after taking him out of that mech. Sleep in onto Mika. Oh no.
How much health does he have? He's got to have less than 10.
A moment of silence, please. May you rest in peace. Mika goes down.
Oh, this is just domination.
Absolutely brutal.
Brutal indeed. As now they hold on to the Transcendence. It's going to buy so much time. Tuba will have an EMP, but the splits and the setups here for Bellum playing around AimGod's bio grenades, allowing Nice to farm up these Dragon Blades. It's been really fantastic to watch. 7 having some troubles here. They have everything in the book to throw at this push. If they can't make this one work, it's going to be a bad time.
And Pulse comes down, but now they have the sound barrier. Evo already losing out onto that shield, but manages to stay alive, and they pop Hoon out of the mech. EMP in from Tuba as they look to take the fight. Coalescence thrown down as well. 7 giving it everything they got just to get this cap, because they know it's just 33% that they need at the end of the day. Wraith Walk in from Bazzi. Perfectly timed to keep himself alive. The blade comes down, just blossom out, shuts it down immediately. Bazzi, perfectly timed, Looked like he was gonna fall, but he manages to stay alive. He keeps the team in the fight. Pulse Bomb out from CCJ, takes down Evo, but Bazzi claims the life from the Tracer. Chara goes down as well. And well, AimGod doesn't really stand a chance. Gets a trade back kill on the Tuba, but the cap is there. It's 5 minutes just about that Bellum has to hold out without giving up a single tick.
And, you know, I actually like the trade there for AimGod. That actually is going to do the wonders for him. He gets the nano boost, and they are able to get, well, that's a huge stagger on that ultimate. I think he was at 65 or so. But he's able to get the nano. He has the ability now to, because of that delay, have the team set up for defense, because otherwise it was just going to be Mika presses speed boost, and it's ready. We're going to another fight. But good delay there by AimGod, but this is going to be a hell of a hole, as you said, if they're going to win this map.
Well, Knight's going to get nano boosted up as he tries to build up for that Dragon Blade, but he doesn't really get that much percentage off of it. Now that he dashes in, finally does. Builds up to about 100%. I think a solid 5 seconds where he didn't gain anything. I thought we had AKM in the game, but he gets it in the end.
Too soon. Oh boy. Well, he's got this blade now. Seven is going to.
Soon as the other Frenchman.
Oh, you got me. I didn't even. You're on fire tonight, Achilios. Stop with the humor. We got to take this seriously. Seven's going to take a right side push now with the EMP. Let's see if their EMPs are better than we saw from Nice earlier. Sorry, CCJ, excuse me. Blades out early.
Yeah, draws this one out. Nice. Finding two off the bat. Swipes his way to victory. Evo goes down. They will shut down this push.
But,
Seven,
you know,
just bleeding out time. But they still got a significant amount of it.
Yeah, they buy some time with this, and it's efficient in terms of how many ults were used. It's really just the blade that comes through there, but Seven didn't use anything, and they still have this massive time bank, so they're probably feeling like, okay, well, now we don't have to worry about a Dragon Blade. CCJ is just hoping to get a defensive setup here onto Tuba, who might run by. Have a greedy set there with the Tracer, because this is not how Seven is trying to approach. They're just going to go point blank in the front.
Bio Grenade comes in. Tuba's going to go down. The boop out from Hoon, shutting him down. Evo was well falling, so Seven's going to have to abandon the push yet again. Bellum looking pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty sloppy. I said point blank, but what it really meant was they're just going to walk right in the front door. Different term, different meaning, but they do just dash into the front here, trying to charge through like a battering ram, and Bellum is ready on top of them. They collapse down and crush them. Not wasting any ultimates or Seven, and I don't even want to try to make the argument of trying to like build up the big six.
He got the sleep on the Evo.
It's going to be frustrating, but not the end of the world. Allowing Nice to build some blade off that.
Hey man, that's seconds. That's seconds gained if you're Bellum.
Okay, here's the commitment. This one's a big one.
Hoon's going to be knocked out. Looking for the pick, though, and he's going to get shut down. Can't make it back into the Max Tuba. Throwing down the EMP. They get Rio. No tanks available. Bellum, though, with a faster run back, still can make this happen. Bio Grenade helps keep them alive, but Evo goes forward, stomps out. Nice. Now, has AimGod pinned in the back, pushes him all the way to the spawn room with that Primal Rage, and they're halfway there. Looking for that single tick to take the lead here in this series and be one win away from closing it out.
For the blade, though.
Semifinal. Nano Blade comes in. Mika gonna go down. Nice. Getting zapped in from the back. Deflection comes through. Gets the kill on the Evo and manages to stay alive through it. Oh, Nice. Are you kidding me?
Survives here, and this is going to be the defense of the attack. They had to use everything. Both sides did. But it's a huge one for Bellum. We would have thought that this was going to be an easy capture after the opening picks there on the attack. Seven's EMP was well placed, but they do have to be critical of Mika and Revenge, who used their defensive ultimates at the exact same time, so didn't actually end up staggering those, which could have led to a longer win in the fight if they had used the transcends into the barrier instead of both at the same time. Stacking those on top of each other is never what you want. There's some sloppiness there, but they thought they saw blood in the water. They wanted to finish it. Did not happen. Now they might not get the win at all.
Chara goes down. Just going to be trading back there as Bazzi falls as well. Transcendence out from Revenge. Pulse Bomb in. CCJ gonna get delivered his own bomb. Evo jumps forward, says, here, you take it back.
It's a trade.
The kill. Gonna self-destruct out from Free, trying to buy some space, but they're not really gaining much here onto the point yet. But with the kills coming through on the Nice, on the AimGod, maybe they can get things moving. CCJ dashing around, gonna get taken down. Bazzi with the Widowmaker, able to get the kill. Looking for more, they tick up, and Seven take it in the end. Now 2-1 in this series. One more map win coming down to Escort to close this out and punch their ticket to the semifinal.
What great coaching that's come through for this squad going into this series. Totally changing up their playstyle in every way. Escort, Reaper to point A, attack, defensive Widow here after showing pure Tracer on Eichenwald. This team has come clearly very prepared for Bellum's style. And the ult efficiency we're seeing from this team is way better, with the exception of that stacked healing ultimates that we saw. They're going to go, in general, way better than what we saw from them in regular season. You can see some family here of 7. It's like Freeze family. Not the first time we've seen this family here. Very supportive of their son. He's looking to start a career in Overwatch. This team, first place in Trials, and they are 1 win away from moving on to the semifinals of our very first season of Contenders. And for the side of Bellum, it's just been frustration here, especially on attack. That was the roughest part. Nice, struggling to get control of the high ground with his McCree shut down by Bazzi. Before that, his Soldier, his tack visor shut down by headshot from Bazzi. The EMPs that CCJ was trying to put off, and it's normally opposite roles again, so kind of a weird setup on attack here for Bellum. Just not able to go off there because the defensive setup was too good for 7, just preventing them from going through that choke point, which they tried to do the exact same push every single time, and it didn't work. I
mean, you really do shoehorn yourself into the way that you can approach on Hanamura, because not every character can go around the left-hand side. We saw CCJ trying to sneak his way there as the Tracer, but when you have the McCree, when you have the Zenyatta, if you don't have that Mei wall to boost them up and push them over the top there to get them over the gap, then you kind of just have to either go through the front or through the right. It's very limiting.
Yeah.
And given that we don't have the Mei changes in, maybe once that happens, we can see some more diversity on the approaches. But for now, we'll have the McCree cam coming through.
Oh, fan the hammer. Fanted it in. All right, well.
Just doing that. It's a nice sign in the packet for YBT.
Yeah. I love that YBT.
A very good likeness.
She's like trying to pull it down to make sure it comes in there.
Oh, wait. Oh, they're having her do it again?
Trying to shoot YBT maybe, I don't know.
Well, she used both hands there.
All right.
We had somebody do the roll last time.
Oh, that was a pretty fanning the hammer from below.
So he used both hands. She was doing double action on that revolver. It's very difficult.
Fanning below the belt.
He's like, all right, Dad, you got it. No, he's like, oh, you're gonna make my son do it instead.
All right.
Or they're doing it together.
Dad, you always make me come to these esports events. I don't want to do it.
I want to stay home and study, Dad.
He's like, look, fan hammers like this. Son's like, no, I won't play you dragged me here. I'm not gonna play your little game. It's like Dad's bringing the son to the esports event, and the son's like, I just want to go home and study and read textbooks.
That'll probably be me with my child. I mean, hopefully they'll enjoy esports, but I'll definitely be one of those fathers that is dragging my children to esports events.
If I ever have kids, I'm always worried that like I'm gonna try to force esports on my kids. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But you know, they're gonna see me watching a lot of it. They're gonna see me casting a lot of it. So if they like it, I hope it's good. But you know, they will.
But, but they're forbidden from trying to go pro. That's the one thing. They're like, no, none of that.
Well, Junkertown is going to be our map. Surprise, surprise. You're picking Junkertown into Bazzi's Widow. You've got to have a plan. This is, I think, going to be, it's time to see Nice on the real, pure Genji on this map, where it's going to be Nice supporting CCJ, harassing Bazzi's Widow in the Widow versus Widow here. We haven't seen a lot of Nice. Genji's Knight's been mostly switching between the Sombra and long-range hit scan, actually, interestingly enough. So let's see if this rookie player, 15 years old, can turn things around on the Genji, or if they've got other plans here. Going to be a tall order. They picked some unique maps here, some unexpected ones. The Hanamura to start, and now into this Junkertown pick. It's a map that everyone's most familiar with, but still, you're picking it into one of playoff's best Widowmakers here, and CCJ's Widow has nothing to write home about at this moment in time.
Yeah, this doesn't seem very good for Bellum. So interesting decision to try to go for something like this. But again, when it comes down to these escort maps with the Widows, you have very few options.
It's actually a really good point that you raise, because we do often talk about this map as a Widow required map. Like, it's, you have to run the Widow. There is no other choice in Korea. No one is not running Widow on this map. But the other maps are Widow dependent as well, and
there's really not one that isn't. There's not an escort map that is bad for Widowmaker.
Sure.
Route 66 is probably the worst one.
But it's still okay.
But even then, yeah, exactly. Like, okay, you can still get good sight lines. You can go up on top of big girls, etc. Like
this map, though, so I'm really glad you bring this up, because this map is the map that is the best Genji map with Widow. So you can at least play the nice strengths. They are going to be on attack here.
It's also good for junk grab, but we're not going to be seeing any of that. But here, Bazzi already finds a headshot in onto Hoon, now looking for Rio.
So let's see if Nice can shut Bazzi down. It's only really been shut down on this Widow on Escort or Hybrid by Yaki on the Tracer. Hasn't really dealt with Genji shutting him down all too often this season.
Being a true ninja, comes in on top of Nice. Meanwhile, Hoon going to get taken out. Tuba not going to be finding the kill, but wants to just go ahead and rejoin the rest of his squad as they push forward and gain control over the card. Aim God way too far forward. Snatched up by the Halt, and Bazzi takes his head off.
Aim God's been having some lackluster performances on this Zenyatta today, positioning-wise. He's had some issues. Staying out of line of sight, or just staying away from dive, just being away from the team. Looking for massive damage, looking for ult charge, but getting killed as a result of CCJ picked off. Tuba just constantly flanking as well. Look for him again. Look at this, CCJ.
Res is used. Tuba coming into the backside. Doesn't have the headshots, though, there onto the Widowmaker to dash through for the finish. But does have that through sight. Hulk comes in. A lot of damage being offered up from the sideline. Hook in on the free. He'll fall, and Evo goes down as well. 7 now. Getting punished. Playing too far forward. Playing disrespectfully. Evo gets rezzed. Evo dies yet again. As Mika is taken down after that comes through.
It's actually been such an interesting Widow versus Widow and Genji versus Genji match here. They've been very even in terms of ult charge building and kills. Bazzi leading over CCJ, but Nice does control this zone right now. They cannot be contested, but notice what Seven does on the defense here. They are not going to try to go for a last-minute contest despite the time bank. They want to get a better setup. Oh. Nice shot through here.
Well, look at that. So far, it has been halted. 0.57 meters away. Aim God trying to shoot Bazzi. He's just going to ignore him for now. Dragon Blade out, but Tuba says, "I'm stronger." Takes him down. Follows up, gets Chara, helps take out Rio. They will regain control over this cart right in front of point A.
They took a defensive blade. Tuba's blade more effective defensively there. And Bellum did not respect that Bazzi could have been in that doorway. So Bazzi gets the opening pick that allows them to use this Dragon Blade. And what looked like a defensive setup is actually just going to be a retake here. Surprisingly, Bellum, as I did when I was looking at the setup, just thought, okay, they're not going to contest, but they definitely did. That's a bit of a surprise here, but hey, it's great for Seven.
Hook in, Hoon goes down. That was kind of rude there a couple seconds ago from Bazzi. We saw the dueling Zenyatas going through there, looking for the 1v1. Bazzi gets involved.
Well, this is going to be poison mine hitting onto Tuba here as he tries to approach, but he is going to look for another angle. They have the vision advantage right now, obviously. Look at how much damage he's able to build this blade for.
Just going straight in onto Hoon the entire time. 45%. Nice, going to be pretty close to his own. They keep building up.
Bazzi had his second infra sight, that's why they had the vision advantage. Before season days, he's been at 60%.
All comes in, looking for the hook there on Aim God. Free doesn't find it. Doesn't get picked off himself, but Nice. He'll go down. Bazzi finding that hit there onto the Genji. Transcendence is out from both sides. Fred's in onto Evo, keeping him alive, and now it's going to be the whole hog here from Free, pushing them back. 40 seconds remaining. Aim God falls yet again. CCJ off screen getting chunked out. Might just get taken down here by Tuba. Free is there to scoop up that final blow. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, this is
dangerously close, but now the rollback onto the cart is actually quite significant.
It is super significant. This is allowing Seven to get into a position where even approaching the cart puts them into line of sight of Bazzi. And unfortunately, Nice has just not performed on this Genji well enough to shut down the Widow. They should have been able to do it. That's why they picked this map. They want to use the Genji. It's not working out.
Blade ready to go. Function used. CCJ finds the hit.
There's an opportunity.
Gonna use the res. Blade out from Nice. Free's gonna go down. He took down Mika as well. Tuba still has his own, but needs to get back in here to try to utilize it.
Bazzi's got infra sight. Let's see if they want to commit. They're making the switch over to the Winston, but I don't think they can get here in time.
Infra sight is up. A couple meters left to go. The hook comes in. Tuba's going to get shut down, and that should be it. Completion onto point A. 2.5 minutes now here from Bellum. We'll get a second lease on life.
Finally, Nice comes up big with the blade. Finally, they have that opportunity. CCJ gets the kill there, and then Nice comes in with the blade. Hits the Mercy that's actually looking for the res there. Really good execution here from Bellum. It was very much a long time coming, but they do get into the second point. They're not full held here, so hope's still alive for this squad. It's nice he's able to make this Genji work. Already halfway to another blade as well as we speak.
Good now. Gonna be looking for the hook here on the tuba. Has not been able to find it yet, but he can't find any kills really. Nice look at taken down by Bazzi, but otherwise, this is just gonna be a smattering of damage coming through from the ultimate, not really resulting in any domination here for Seven. So getting control over the cart gonna be that much more difficult. He messes up the wall ride. Makes his way up there though.
Yeah,
wall ride, wall climb. Not a Lucio.
Not yet.
Dashes to the side, keeps himself alive. It's looking very dangerous for Tuba for a second.
Bazzi forced away now because they do get around this corner, which means he doesn't have line of sight advantage. He has the disadvantage.
He's still pushing in here.
Yeah.
Saw an enemy.
Saw the back.
Enemy Genji there, but still pushes his way into the back, gets a body shot onto Aim God, but cannot take him down. In the meantime, Free popped out of the mech. Now Evo and Revenge both falling. Bazzi taken down as well. CCJ comes around the corner, pops him, and Seven are just going way too aggro.
Yeah,
they're not setting up a defense.
They're not. Bazzi, I appreciate when he was on the ground there for him to try to flank and get those kills. Messed that up, and instead of retreating, got greedy there and was totally shut down. Remember, he has line of sight disadvantage, didn't have a support on him to boost him either. CCJ instantly gets the headshot. And they were already losing control of that zone. So I like the risk to try to kill the supports, but as soon as that fails, you got to get back into formation or else you're just going to get shredded apart. Not only the CCJ counter Widow, but also the dive that's going to come with it because you're so far forward alone and you've been spotted. After shooting the supports, everyone knows where you are. So this ended up being a great hold for Seven for a long time, but now Bellum with momentum at a decent time.
Dive comes in and Evo just drops like a sack of potatoes. Straight in onto the ground, Rio finds that killing blow, and what can happen if you don't respect the focus fire with the Discord Orbs? Revenge now getting jumped on, will be able to out-trade Nice, finds the one kill, but it's about as good as it gets at the moment because several members of Seven still going to be falling down. Bellum looking to push in, looking to get this completion. Bazzi's going to fall yet again.
Yeah, this is going to be Bellum just continuing to shove this forward. Bazzi needs to get into good positioning here. His Widow Mine, or it's not his Widow Mine, his Widow Mines have been shut down for the most part, but he actually can't just rely on talent alone at this point. He needs to have advantages with line of sight. They do have that set up now. As Bellum is going to round the corner, he has that advantage here. Needs to be passive, not aggressive.
Diamond comes in yet again. Evo this time does have the Primal Rage available should he need to pop it. Dara goes down, so mileage here for Seven on the defense, and with CCJ falling as well as the Mercy, they might actually be able to gain some semblance of control. They'll get Aim God. Bellum still numerous ultimates to utilize, including that Dragon Blade from Nice to get back in here to continue pushing, but they have to do it shortly because there's 35 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, look at Bazzi's position. He's got advantage here for the approaching members. He does step back though, playing it safe. They just need to hold this for 30 seconds to force that overtime, worst case scenario. Moon is gonna approach here with the big dive. They have self-destruct, so much damage coming from the missiles.
Yeah, Revenge gonna go down, but so does CCJ. 1-for-1 exchange thus far. The Res will bring CCJ back into the fight. Primal Rage is out for both Winston. Gonna be killing each other's Genjis. Bazzi takes down the enemy Widow. 5 seconds left. Bellum getting ready to group up here onto the cart. Nice eyes again without using the Dragon Blade, but he's going to have it available for this final stretch. Evo dead, sound barrier in, catches 3 members as they try to remain competitive. Blade comes through, finds Aim God. Needs so much more than that though. He's not going to get Jack. Nice, cuts him down with a shift. Finds another hit there on the Free, denying the Baby Diva.
Bazzi gets the kill though, gets the second one.
Res in onto Aim God. Rio trying to bring the cart forward, just 5 meters away now. If they step off of this one, even for a second, it's going to cost them dearly. It's rolling in, they get the tag through. Just about right at the last second there from Tuba. Mika falling down, Free rejoining, desperately needing that Winston, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold this one off. Free's going to get popped out of the mech. The Baby Diva gets shredded. They will roll forward in OT. They get the completion here on Junkertown.
But it's still an overtime push. Not the greatest thing that Bellum was looking for with this, but despite the fact that they got held there at point A with the retake, they had a really weak time bank. Everything that we saw from Seven was strong on point A. They had the better Genji, the good sightline setups for Bazzi to maximize his talent and his aim there. And then going into point B, they played a little bit more passively as well, so a lot further time But when we came to point C, that's when things started to fall apart a little bit. Bazzi being very aggressive, trying to snipe into these areas where he had line of sight disadvantage against CCJ. He was away from his team, got picked multiple times. But a lot of time there for them at the end to get that overtime hold, but still completion is going to come through here for Bellum. Now on attack. See how his Widow fares up against CCJ when he has positional advantage on point A. And if we could see Tuba continue to overpower Neist on the Genji. These two players are both very young. They're both rookies in this league. Both coming from trials as their first tournament. Tuba's 18, and he's had some moments of nervousness. He's had some moments of failed Dragon Blades, the Air Blades we were talking about. Neist, a perfectionist. Can he actually level up in this series? He's going to need to on this defense in order to shut down Bazzi's Widow. Or this is going to be the end of the series. They will have, of course, an overtime round if they do complete this, but this is a nice opportunity to really kill it on the Genji, to step up to the plate in his first tournament ever and shut this down to bring us to that 5th control map. It's all about Neist versus Tuba and Bazzi versus CCJ.
Well, Revenge pokes out there with the Zarya. And like, might just be swapping out, yes. So Zenyatta going to be coming through. Still not going to be seeing any Junkrat on either side.
Yeah, I think this Zarya is just to give a bubble at the beginning and then switch out. Starting to see that will become a little more common on this map.
I mean, I guess you get to just charge forward, deny things like the poison trap from the Widowmaker,
that kind of stuff too.
Junkrat, and everything like that. So it's a nice safety measure that you can use instead of having to burn the barrier in the gateway there at the point. As he comes up for the top, gets taken down from the side. CCJ, nice flank angle, shuts him down. Hulk comes through looking for the hook, but not going to be grabbing anybody.
Okay, Tuba looking for a flank here as well. Doing a lot of damage, building a lot of this Dragon Blade now on attack. Just being safe with this, being boosted by the Mercy to make sure he's safe. So he can consistently do this without spending any time in the spawn room. Can actually go deep on the flank, maybe even looking for a kill here on the CCJ. Spotted though, so pretty unlikely to commit any further. So as I say that, he's got Orb of Harmony, he's looking for more damage.
Wrapping around the back, CCJ over the top yet again. Spots out that Genji.
Yeah, they know where he is. The communication is good, and Bellum is just not going to fall for this. But this does force CCJ way back, giving so much room to Bazzi.
Does have the infra sight though, so no flank angle is going to catch him off guard. Wraps around, gets a more centered shot. Finds the tag there on the Bazzi, can't finish him off. Gets the hit in on the Tuba as well, and now Freya's going to go down. Nice, finding that kill with the Dragon Blade set to go. Free going to be res back in. Bazzi takes down Rio. Tara reses him. And now Neist draws out the blade, but Tuba cuts him down immediately. Ingod falls. CCJ manages to find one there onto Evo. 7 going to be pushing forward here. Looking for that completion already. Supercharger thrown in. It's just going to be Hoon all on his lonesome. They'll finish him off. They'll even kill the Bongo for good measure. And it should be 7 entering into the Streets phase with a pretty good time bank.
Let's see how Bellum wants to go about defending this now, because as we enter the Streets phase, you know, they are putting CCJ up super aggressively. They don't have the ultimates to actually go for a contest. CCJ did get the flank that Bazzi got, so they're going to take this low ground setup here defensively to try to gatekeep the doorway. The safer play here coming out from Bellum versus what 7 did last time with some mixed success. They did buy some time on that point A push.
I'm a little confused. It took Rio way too long to hit the ground. Not sure what happened after that halt. If it dragged him up that high. By the way, a bit interesting, but Bazzi ready off the back of the Roadhog hook, not the halt, with the headshot.
And this is just rolling.
They're trying to. Another hook comes in. That's Hoon going down.
Free is really empowering Bazzi because he doesn't have line of sight, but he does when a hook comes through. Hook basically pulling someone into his vision while he's not worried about CCJ actually hitting him around the corner. It's actually really cool how this duo is working out for Bazzi and Free right now.
Getting pocketed though. Get top back up. Tuba sneaking around the side, and actually CCJ gonna get taken down there by Free. Tuba drops in low, looking for the Zenyatta, but Aimdot has the Transcendence ready to go and charge up into the air with the Valkyrie. Trying to keep them in the fight, trying to hold them off at least for a little bit longer here in front of B. Free spamming out from the side with the right clicks, just chunking out Hoon, forcing him back here at least for the moment. Now pushes in, looks for Rio, throws out another barrier. Tuba goes in, finds Chara off the bat, gets another one there. Dragon Blade taken to the tank line, completely shattered, shuts down Aim God. Tuba puts the team on his back and he carries them through to B.
They do grab this second point for the team that is defined by Bazzi's Widow, their entire team, how famous they are, everything that they've gotten known for through trials and regular season, has the better understanding of how to utilize sight lines, how to utilize the tank line with this Widow pick, and Tuba's Dragon Blades, more defensive, more successful all night long. This map pick for Bellum feels more and more like a big mistake here against Team 7. Even though we know Neist is a great Genji player, he's not coming up big tonight, and this is feeling real bad right now if you're a Meta fan.
Oh, hook in, good shutdown there onto Evo. Mika not really going to be in position to go forward and try to get that res. So we'll just buy some time off the clock. 7 kites back, but instead they're going to push forward. They get the kill there onto Hoon, but now that Bazzi and Mika are both dead, 7 is going to have to retreat. Tuba goes dangerously low, but has the Mega Pack to keep himself alive.
Now this is far from over, but 7 is going to have to reset. Neist is just trying to, with the help of Chara, build another blade here. Sees Bazzi, going to drop down here. He's so close to getting one. Being greedy right now, but they are slowing this down, buying time. As long as he doesn't die, this is very successful. They have a vision advantage with the Impresight coming through from CCJ as well. And this cart is rolling back. Bellum going to feel great about this stall they've got going for the moment. And right now, I think 7 is trying to decide how they want to approach this. They're going to swim to the other side after the Impresight. So they're trying to trick them. Everyone knew they were to the right, but now they're going to the left. Will Bellum react? They do see this immediately. Neist ready for the flank. This could be a big blade.
Yeah, but the hook's already come out. Now Neist going to the backside. Has the Dragon Blade drawn out. Gets a hit in onto Mika, but hasn't gotten the execution yet. 3 will go down. Tuba falls as well. They trade one back there onto Chara, but widely it's going to be Bellum winning the fight. Nice flank. Not going to be the big explosive finish that we thought we were going to see off the backside of the Dragon Blade, but they continue further forward. They get a nice little stagger kill there onto Revenge as well.
That was really cool by Bellum, because after the Impresight wore off, they changed their formation because they were like, well, they could actually take the left side where you see that exit sign there instead of the right, even though they made it look like they were going to go to the right during the Impresight. They're nice to have a perfect angle to actually counter that, spot it out, get a good angle with Dragon Blade where they could not see him. Really great play there defensively by Bellum.
Yeah, very intelligent shift. Now Bazzi still spamming away, gets up close and personal here with the Genji. Can't get the headshot though, tags him right in the rear as he exits up the top side. As he has to leap back. That comes through there. Free as he makes his way back in, but Tuba has been killed. He has the Dragon Blade. 7 looking like they have to play around that, but they don't have something like a Transcendence to keep them alive through it. And Aim God just tosses up and deny the damage.
And suddenly Bazzi has to make the switch to the Tracer. Bellum playing cautious and safe here on point 3. They're going to need dive to break through. Nice with a very early blade here.
Throws it down, finds a hit onto Revenge. Not going to be saving it for the final push. Should be able to get this execution onto Mika right at the finish.
Finally, well, it wasn't him, but they do kill him. That's going to be another reset.
They can just stagger free as long as they want. See, just keep him body blocked. And as soon as he gets enough, so it's like, I don't care where you go as long as I lock you down.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, this is actually looking really scary for 7.
I think this could be double OT.
Widow, but it might not even be a completion. Widow's going to really struggle for Bazzi to get into a line of sight here. Look at this setup now that the cart's pushed back so far. They have to come out in full vision range of what Bellum's setup is, and Neist has been showing really good control of these choke points as well. That's nearly another Dragon Blade. How can Bazzi ever really get into a position to fire headshots?
I mean, he needs one on the Aim God right now. Was doing such a good job earlier on. Tuba finds one, kill there onto Neist. Hoon also goes down, but Evo's dead. The res comes through onto the Genji. Neist so dangerous to close to that Dragon Blade. Now no tank line available here for Bellum, so the defense going to be shattered for the moment. 7 can finally start moving forward yet again, but they cannot leave the cart. Have to go the distance, force the OT, and then win if they want to close this out. Otherwise, Bellum looking to take us to map number 5.
A Dragon Blade here he's holding on to. He's had defensive blades against the blades of Neist all game long here on Junkertown. If he can hold that and kill Neist, they've got a great shot of finishing this point. Only got one chance at it, though. Tuba actually looks like he might be looking for an execution on the supports instead.
He's trying to get Aim God, can't get him. Ingo's low Transcendence is going to be out for revenge here to start off the fight. Now the blade comes through, but Aim God has the Transcendence of his own to try to mitigate the damage, and it's going to work beautifully. In the meantime, it's going to be 2 kills, a 2 for 2 here as Seven keeps trying to push forward. The spam down there on Nahoon finishes off the baby Diva. We'll see Nice swapping over onto the Tracer now as the cart gets dangerously close to completion.
They're rushing in.
Looking for an angle, trying to shut down Nice. Can't find the shot though. He's just playing around the sidelines, denying the Widowmaker here so far. Barrier comes down, he can't get the angle, and Bazzy's gonna fall. 3 taken down as well. Tuba goes in with that recall, keeps himself alive, and now Aim God uses the Transcendence, and it's just gonna be the wipe coming through. Bellum pull off the defense. They will push us to one final map to decide which of these 2 teams makes it to the semifinals on Sunday.
What a great playoff this has already started to be. Such a fantastic defense from Bellum there, denying line of sight for Bazzy throughout the entirety of the beginning of that point C push. Then, right afterwards, denying the fake out where we saw the Impresight fade away. They went to the left side to push instead of the right side. Nice having a good blade there, shutting that push down. And then the final points, after those 2 failed attacks, the cart moved so far back, the defensive setup got so good for Bellum that Bazzy had to switch to the Tracer, help them get a 1 fight, but to finish for completion, he went back to the Widow on the high ground, exactly as you said. There was no one in his crosshairs. No one showed themselves, not even Aim God this time. He stayed inside there to the left side. Bazzy couldn't kill anybody. It was just him on the point there with Free, trying to keep the cart rolling, but they just didn't have dive. Bazzy could not get proper kills to finish the game. And now we're going to a 5th game on Control. All maps of Control available with the exception of Lijiang Tower.
Yeah.
And it will also be Seven's map pick. So maybe we'll see something else that's great for the Reaper we're seeing, like the Nepal. I think the Nepal would be a pretty reasonable pick for them.
We already talked about this though, the possibility of if we had to go to map 5, would Bellum just have the upper hand? It was back and forth on Lijiang Tower, but they were unable, Seven were unable to get a single round win. It was a 2-0 there for Bellum, who just seemed to have things figured out a little bit more. There wasn't enough respect for the Sombra play coming from Seven. So now we have to question, have they learned from their mistakes? Will they be prepared for this?
It's a tough call to make. I think the big missing factor was the Sombra. They were running the slower push with the Reaper. They didn't have a Sombra on their side. They were McCree, Reaper, start, and switching up a little bit to even a triple tank, then a quad tank. Just not really having any sort of flexibility in terms of EMP potential, which can open up an entire tank line if you're having a tank war, which is the common way that Lijiang has played. But they just didn't have that. They didn't have hack potential. They didn't have any mobility. They were running slow comps that had to force their way onto the points. And we saw some mixed success with that as well in Hanamura in our 3rd map of the night. But I think that just having that flexibility, be able to run the Sombra instead of just trying to run McCree Reaper or a much slower composition is what needs to change here when we go back to Control. Depending on what map, because if we go to Achilios, for example, you know, then we're talking about completely different things. The Pharah, that, you know, you have that flexibility. Yeah. Maybe just showing some more Roadhog, because both these teams have had great Roadhog play tonight. Would not be surprised to see that either. I
mean, I think that Achilios is maybe one of the more likely ones for Seven, just given that if you play Ruins, the Widowmaker is going to be super prevalent there. And Bazzy still probably going to be able to shut down CCJ. But this is really going to be one of the first times that we actually see what these teams' priorities are when it comes down to Control, because it's always been randomly selected up until this point.
A lot of discussion here in the booth from coaches as we go into this 5th map, and it is obviously a very stressful moment here for both sides, but with the series looking against them and they're able to bounce back here, Bellum definitely feeling to be the better of the 2 teams right now in terms of morale, as Tuba looks very frustrated in the booth. He had by far the better Dragon Blades and the better defensive setups all map long on Junkertown until the end there, where they tried to force things through. It lost 2 fights back-to-back because Bellum had such a good setup that he wasn't able to really do anything himself. It was Bazzy was the only one who could try to carry that final push with his Widow, but no one gave line of sight. They played around the Widow so well, and clearly, when you're preparing to place off against Seven, that's the thing that you're focused on the most, is the Widow.
Okay, well, it's going to be Oasis, so not really going to be Widowmaker friendly whatsoever. Tracer to be in there. Pharah, we have still seen Pharah. Maybe with the Sombra changes coming through on this patch, it can actually be run more reliably on Gardens and City Center. But we'll have to see what these guys are favoring, because, I mean, I was fully expecting to see Seven go for the Achilios.
So was I. Well, we'll see if Oasis ends up being Seven's lucky map here for this Game 5. They've been running a lot of McCree with Bazzi. His Tracer has looked better. It's a great map for both. Sombra, obviously something I'd like to see them play a little bit more, especially on University. It's basically required. You're not going to be able to get away with triple or quad tank there. You're not going to be able to get away with the Reinhardt, Reaper, McCree. That simply will not work on this map. It will not fly. So changing it up is going to be required to win this series and go to semis.
Well, they already surprised us with Eichenwald. Let's see if they have a surprise for us again with Oasis. Starting things off on University. So now the question is going to be, do we see the Reinhardts on both sides yet again?
Tough call.
100% across the board.
I think that in University, you have to have Sombra on both sides, though. Quad tank is a thing of the past on this map. So look at these setups here. Bazzi on Tracer, and it is going to be CCJ plus Nice on the Sombra. Sombra on both sides, but a slower push with less mobility. This time for Bellum, but they do get onto the point first, so this is exactly what they wanted. As long as they can protect the Reaper once the point unlocks, they should have full control. Seven just trying to get a good angle here, but look at Rio blocking out all this damage, doing this while they're trading places to absorb this damage with shield and defense matrix. And Seven doesn't have a comp that can collapse onto this with dive without a flank.
Bazzi gonna go low force out on the recall already, but it will be Seven diving in, looking to break the defense, but it's just not gonna work. Tuba's dead, free falls as well as Rio just scoops up all of the kills, says, yes, give me more.
They just fed a ton of ult charge as well, and for no reason to come in at that moment without ults. It would have been much better if Bazzi and Tuba were harassing the entire time, looking for pulse bombs and EMPs, which I thought we might see when Bazzi came in. He tried to open up the defense there by harassing Rio, but Rio just did not take the bait, was protected very well by the Moira and the Diva, so nothing came of it. They just came into a great defensive setup for Bellum. They're going to have those ults soon, but Bellum with a massive ult advantage because they just fed that attack to them. CCJ, 367% here on the Death Blossom.
And now the Earth Shatter ready to go. Rio, maybe looking for the angle already. Pushes back in here onto the main point, throws it down, catches a couple, looking for the charge, and CCJ, he's just standing over the body, shotgun to the head, takes him down. Poop there onto Revenge to finish him off, and Seven are getting wiped up and thrown in the bin here by Bellum.
Yeah, totally just dusted off and thrown out right now. Tuba didn't get an EMP before this attack. Such a very, I honestly just want to say sloppy understanding of how to approach Reaper Reinhardt. Perhaps that's why. Maybe that's something that the Bellum coach has identified about Seven, is just do not know how to handle these attacks very well. They've run the same comp themselves, but dealing with it, that's a totally different story.
EMP does come down. Nice, just feeling the pressure, tosses that one out. Actually, it's a bit of a Hail Mary, but CCJ is looking to make up for that one. Sound Barrier in with it as Blossom finds one kill. Tuba dead as well, so no DPS here for Seven. But Bellum will lose Rio, who's still going to be alive. And in the fight here as they tick up above 80%, but kiting it off the point at least for the moment. Primal Rage out from Epo, looking up for the Sombra, gets him pinned into the corner, but here comes CCJ, takes him down in the meantime.
The pressure was on here for Nice. They're buying up to 99% here at least.
Looking for it, but well, tag in, Wraith walk through for CCJ. 97, it's always 97%.
Yeah, close to it. Nice just with a really rookie mistake there to use the EMP. Saw Tuba, tossed out the EMP, thought he could shut down Seven's attacking EMP. He suicided himself kind of as a result. CCJ didn't find anything with the follow-up because he came in hoping that something would happen, but that was not the plan. Nice just kind of tossing that in there on his own accord, and Seven now has a massive ult lead, so normally these late flips are a huge problem, but when you're this ahead in ultimates, not so much.
Oh, well, CCJ, he's just going to get melted down, as does Rio and Chara, so the defense coming in for Seven. I still do have to question which was worse, the EMP from Nice or the Primal Rage from Evo.
Well,
but either way, Seven now has control.
Seven has control. They have the ult advantage still if they can continue to utilize this. And if they can take a setup where they're avoiding CCJ and try to fight at range for the Winston that they have, it's very easy for them to continue to build these EMPs. Coalescence out early for
Back down onto Free. Everyone's spilling around through the backside. Coalescence coming through there from AimGod. They managed to get the pop out onto the Diva, getting rid of the suit. CCJ down into the pit. Gonna be alive, just has to push back very slowly up the staircase to rejoin with that Death Blossom available. Has to wait a little bit longer, it would seem, though.
Nice.
See that bomb coming through, not gonna be finding much, and Tuba gonna go down. The fire strike from Rio takes him down. Nice has the EMP, dopes up high, tosses it in. Now he's looking for the execution. CCJ throwing down the Death Blossom to create more space to shut down Evo. Doesn't get picked by that pulse bomb, and now they are gonna be ticking away. OT does come through, but 7, I don't know if they can possibly take this back.
Not going to be very easy. They're trying to buy time by touching in and for the rest of the team to respawn.
Hack on the Bazzi. They'll stay alive for a little bit longer, but CCJ finds the kill. 7 spilling forward one at a time, just trying to get in onto the point. The Coalescence comes down from AimGod yet again, and Chara even has the sound barrier should he need to use it. Rio taking down the Diva. Evo with the Primal Rage trying to stay alive. Rio goes so low, manages to stay in the entire time, and now the sound barrier is in on top of him. CCJ, the only one looking to fall. Revenge pushes forward, Transcendence in, but they step off for half a second. The OT plummets, and Bellum will take the first round yet again here on University.
The entire crowd with a shocked hush across it as the step off happens there with the translocator. We saw really good plays on both sides, and despite the fact that Bellum had a few nerve moments there with Neist on the EMP, they're able to hold strong, they're able to correctly utilize this composition in the longer fights. AimGod really carried 2 amazing coalescences that helped win against a more over-aggressive 7. And they take this first win, so as long as Neist could just tighten up the EMPs, if he can use these a little bit more efficiently instead of going with his gut, which is ironic for Neist given that how careful he's been all season long when the pressure's on. Remember, this 15-year-old player, one of our youngest players in the tournament, is feeling that pressure, wants to go to semis. Here's our opening fight now as we do trade the tanks.
Volley going through, Hooten getting a very nice boop there, but Bazzi manages to get rid of AimGod here, so going to be a bit delayed as far as that Coalescence is concerned. You can see 38% for him, 70% for Revenge, so 7 going to be in a very good spot. At least to start this off as the point becomes unlocked. Delay onto Hoon as well. Will get taken down. Revenge nearly has the ult ready to go.
Just winning the tank war there. Revenge is this tournament's best Moira, I think. I mean, he really, really is. He was the first support MVP of the tournament, and the only Moira selected. He's outdoing AimGod right now in this tank war. Sure, the coalescences for AimGod are what won that first point for Bellum, but in terms of just straight up left clicks and maximizing Evo's value, this team has been the best at control.
CCJ in the back though now, looking to shut down Revenge as he burns out with that coalescence. He'll take down Chara. Bellum going to be losing this initial fight as they get ready to regroup. Numerous ultimates about to be available. They're actually very close to having all 6. Revenge now not going to have the coalescence. But even so, Bellum, they have to use these wisely.
Yeah, they need to make sure that the EMP is effective, and they need to do it soon, because if they just get denied by a faster EMP or a better EMP from Tuba, they're never going to have an ultimate for the rest of the map.
Well, speaking of which, Tuba comes in from behind, sneaks right past them, pulse bomb in onto AimGod, takes him down, nice balls, everybody is going to get either killed or pushed back.
They just couldn't keep track of where Tuba was, and he just had a run by there, coming in for free, nobody contesting him, didn't even need any other ultimates to force his way in there. He just came in straight up on his own accord. And Bellum, sure, they still technically have the ult advantage, but this is looking like it's going to be going to the upwards of 90%, this control meter, and that means that Bellum is going to be facing the same situation here. Even if they get a retake with this, it's going to be tough to hold it.
Up over the top, EMP ready to go here from Neist. Might have a decent angle, but actually might not even need to use it right now because Evo will go down. Coalescence out from AimGod, now Tara has the sound barrier ready to go. Pulse bomb in to knock Free out of the mech immediately as he gets back in. They'll take him down. His life claimed in the meantime as they look to get rid of Mika. does have the sound barrier ready to go. Can still buy time for the side of Seven. Revenge has the coalescence. Sound barrier comes in, keeps them alive. They collapse in onto Rio, who goes dangerously low, but he can't use the primal rage because Tuba throws down that EMP into OT. Bellum not getting the cap a single time. Mike just gets shut out of this one. Nice goes in, throws down his own EMP, but to no avail. OT ticks down 100-0. Seven bringing it all the way to the end. One more round
and it's
on Oasis to decide it all.
And it's been just the Moiras here. First, AimGod has better coalescences on University. Then we go into our second map of City Center, and it's just straight up old school. It reminds me of day one when we had Seven come in with Revenge on Nepal, and we said, this duo of Evo and Revenge looks unstoppable on Control. They were undefeated for a long time in 2018. She can't take it.
She's so
they've been
nervous. I am too. It's okay.
They've been so good at utilizing this with the Winston. With the Reinhardt, not so much. So when we go back to old school, the comps we were seeing on day one, with the Winston, Tracer, Sombra, with the Moira, that's where Evo and Revenge shine. Outdoing AimGod there on City Center. And now that we have this point as well here, Gardens with the same compositions, got to be scared if you're a Bellum fan.
And starting things off here onto the high ground, and Rio's going to go down. Bazzi finds the first frag as they push forward, looking to build up for the ultimates as they maintain control and get set for that first unlock here on the point in 5 seconds. Seven will kite back. Revenge, not going to be as high as AimGod here as far as the ult percentage goes, but it's still pretty damn close.
The
but
area.
They will have this first cap, it would seem. Does get delayed at the last second here. Bazzi forced to use the recall. AimGod getting focused. He fades away, but Rio yet again will go down. Spraying into the back, throws out that pulse bomb. A bit of a Hail Mary, but they get the pop on the Hoon in the end. Rio just now spawns back up. AimGod's off the map. Chara's dead. Bellum cannot get the cap at Seven. They have control.
Seven going back to their roots. They've always been such a great control map team when they have this setup, when it's the Winston and the Moira. Of course, with Sombra, Tuba here going to have the faster EMP. So Bellum is going to have to keep track of him this time. Make sure he doesn't get in for free like we did see last time. It was such an unfortunate scenario.
Tuba walking forward. Does he want to use it? The coalescence has come down. Trying to keep Bazzi alive, but he will fall. Who's finding that one? Now just dipping away. EMP out from Nice. Not catching everybody, but catching the crucial members there as Evo will go down. They still have Mika. He's going low. CCJ giving up on chasing after him. And it seems like Seven will just abandon this one for now. They tick up to about 44%. Mika delaying as long as he can, but the flip will come through.
It's really cool to see Revenge up on the high ground with that coalescence. He tracked everybody's movement, saw where the EMP was coming from, so Seven could back away from it. As you said, it didn't really hit everybody, and they just decided at that moment, after using the coalescence, Revenge got all that vision. We're just going to let them retake. Let's buy some time, but let's hold every ultimate. The coalescence, of course, being the only exception, as Revenge bought time with that on the high ground. It's super easy to build, but now they have the great tools to retake.
Tuba throws out the EMP here. This is going to be the fight going forward here on the Bellum. Sound barrier out from Chara, a bit too late to keep Rio alive. And CCJ gets pounded down by Bazzi. Now, looking at Hoon, looking to break him out of that mech. He tries to zip around, goes up into the air. Will get taken down in the end as the orb claims his pilot form life. Looking for the flip here.
Tuba missed that translocator, but it's okay.
Only 40% so far gained for Bellum. They want to delay this as long as they possibly can. Try to match Seven's score so far, but just keeps getting taken down as they string in here. Decent delay comes in, but they finally get CCJ. Alleviate a little bit of pressure. They hound down onto AimGod. He'll fall.
Bellum is doing crazy amounts of delay. This is insane how much time they're able to buy. Up to 57, 58.
But the problem is, as they stream in one after the other, they're just feeding kills to Seven. So they are just going to get more and more ult charge.
They are feeding charge, but they were able to also build a faster EMP during this with Nice after Tuba used his to start that flip. This is a very close game in terms of ultimates. This is one of our closer maps of Control we've had all season long. And it's game 5. Bad's looking for the pulse, misses it.
Yeah, a big whip onto that one, but Chara still will go down. 3 minutes to find that one. AimGod and Revenge both using the coalescences, and now Nice gonna get hacked out, trying to stay alive, but he just can't do it. He will fall, and Tuba in the meantime is just grinding his way up to another EMP. Primal Rage out from Rio, takes down Evo, Mika, Tuba, all going down. The flip might still come through here for the side of Bellum as they continuously get kills. 87%, 88 as it flips over.
They have no ways to deal with Tuba's EMP now, though. Tuba's EMP is going to be how Seven wants to take this. They need to chase him down and flank him. I love that Nice and CCJ are looking for him. If they can kill him first, they can shut this down. But look at how the protection is coming through over Seven. CCJ is hoping maybe he can find the Sombra, but he's not going to. He's on the point. He's in the sky.
Up on the top side. The EMP comes in. They look for Aim God, but he's still not going down. Pulse bomb out. Pulse bomb building up here for Bazzi, getting dangerously close to that one. Gonna be looking for a target. Tips around the backside, throws it in, finds the stick. Not gonna get the kill though.
No remake.
But that's gonna be Hoon going down. Maybe Diva taken out as well. Flip comes through 89% to 92-7. Looking to maintain control. Coalescence nearly there.
They just want to snowball this.
In for Mika.
They want to keep them out. They want to keep them off the point. They're going to guard this, and I think this might just be impossible for Bellum. They've got one shot. They're coming in.
They have to get in here. Hoon needs a big bomb with that self-destruct. Rio nearly goes down. The Coalescence from Aim God trying to keep him alive. Tubo will fall. They find one. Nice. Throws in the EMP. The sound barrier's in. Hoon gets one. Evo dies to the self-destruct. Seven trying to stay in it, but they might not be able to. The flip's coming through. 93% to 99. Bellum. Can they hold it out?
Tuba's going to have an EMP as well. They can fight for longer, but they have no support.
CCJ gets revenge, takes them down.
I think
still
that's
has
it.
That pulse. They get Bazzi. They shut them down one after the other as they try to stream through. Evo desperately trying to buy some time. Has the Primal Rage, but the focus fire is looking like it's just too damn much. He goes down, OT ticking through. And that might just plummet right here. Bellum winning the war of attrition. They will be advancing to the semifinals on Sunday. Seven, your road here is over. We'll see you back in Season 2.
What a great series this became. Nice wins this map for his team. Lackluster EMPs all night. Approaches the point at 75%. Family in tears here. He approaches the point at 75%. Builds an EMP as no one notices him. He's at max range to do damage to Sombra, as safe as he can, and gets the perfect EMP off there. Such efficiency. What a great night if you're a meta fan, but what a tragic night for Seven as Bazzi had his best performance on Tracer ever. Consistent headshots on the Widow. This is the Seven that we wanted to see in playoffs. We were inconsistent in the regular season. We got to see some more Evo revenge dueling on Control, and the EMPs on both sides were fantastic, but Bellum was just one step ahead there with Nice. No one was able to track him, and he is the one who wins this map for Bellum. What a tense final map we had. Going to Game 5, 99-99 on the third point of our fifth map. It doesn't get closer than this. And, you know, I knew this series was going to be a good one, but I did not know how lucky I was about to be.
It very much exceeded expectations. These guys going blow for blow. At one point, it really looked like maybe Seven would just close it out. But Junkertown comes in, Bellum get the completion there in overtime. Nothing left on the bank, hold off Seven, and then take us all the way down to Garden here. All 3 rounds on Oasis, a 100-99 scoreline. Incredible play from both sides. Seven, sure, you can be upset at the loss that you will not be in the semifinals on Sunday, but overall, looking very strong here in Contender Season 1.
One map, 1% away from semifinals for a team that just got their first time playing in a professional tournament. Seven played in Apex Challengers, played obviously in Open Division, won first place on Trials. And to make it this far in their first season is pretty damn amazing. But let's also not forget, this is the furthest Bellum has ever made. They have never made it out of groups. They made playoffs this time. Now they're going to a round of 4. This is also their best result ever in their 3rd season of competitive Overwatch. So a long journey for them, but they're finally now kind of towards the end of the tunnel. They had a great regular season, pegged by many to be favorites, actually, to win the whole thing. Now, they struggled at the last week, of course, of regular season, but this match tonight, where they were down, they were backs against the wall, they defended on Junkertown, they brought us to that 5th map, and they win it. It's an amazing story here for Bellum.
I mean, losses against X6, that was a surprising one. Element Mystic, that was a little bit more expected, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, Bellum kind of showing back up here again today. Great fight from them. CCJ able to go toe-to-toe at times with on that Widowmaker with Bazzi, who was really just on point today. So good stuff overall from both of these teams, but Bellum are the ones that will be advancing, playing those semifinals on Sunday, and they don't know who their opponent is going to be yet. They won't know until tomorrow. So not going to be the most prep time, but I can tell you right now, I recognize that hair. That's CCJ, it's our MVP.
CCJ is going to be, of course, CCJ. It was a crazy performance you showed us. Went all the way to Game 5. Happy birthday as well. It's CCJ's birthday today.
Oh, good present.
정말 치열한 접전 끝에 4강 진출을 확정을 하셨는데 지금 소감이 어떠신가요?
So it was such a close neck and neck competition. How do you feel right now? I'm so happy. I didn't know it was going to happen like this.
네, 저도 뒤에서 대기실에서
Everyone played so well.
손이 떨리거든요. 정말 치열한 접전이 이루어졌었는데
I also actually feel like a little bit shaken up myself since you've been the interviewer.
눈에 띄게 달라지는 모습을 보여줬어요. 정말 지난 경기 X6랑 4대 0으로 패배했을 때
You guys actually looked weaker in control in Game 1. And you ended up losing against X6 last time.
어떤 점을 중점적으로 준비를 하셨나요?
However, your ults tonight were so good. So how did you prepare?
멘탈도 많이 나가고
When we lost to
멘탈
X6,
관리부터
and we were pretty devastated.
차근차근 해갔고요.
So we just tried to keep our, keep control of our minds, keep our mentality strong, and just keep focusing on the basics.
끝까지 치열했었는데 세트를 뺏겼었잖아요. 그때 상심이 컸을 것 같은데 팀에서는 어떤 대화가
it was a very close first game, but you guys did end up losing it. So what were you guys talking about?
다 해갔어요.
네, 또 4세트, 5세트에서
Just saying like it's going to be all right, it's going to be all right.
결정적인 요인이
Focusing on the
됐던
future.
피해가 있다면 뭐라고 생각하시나요?
4세트?
4세트, 5세트
So
계속해서
we got a lot of fans here today. What was the biggest key to victory today for them? Or to say to them?
저희는 이제 플레이보다는 진짜 멘탈이 정말
So
중요했던 것 같아요.
more than focusing on our play and mechanics, we actually focus on our mentality, and that's what we're working on. So congratulations. You're going to semifinals. How are you going to prepare?
대회에서 진 랩부터 다시 그걸 중점으로 이제 준비하려고 하고 있습니다.
We're going to practice all the maps that we lost in this event. So what's your dedetermination level like right now?
감사합니다.
네, CCJ 선수 오늘 다시
We're
한번
gonna win.
축하드립니다.
Bellum.
이어지는 티셔츠 이벤트 타임이
So
있도록 하겠습니다.
congratulations, she says, and we are going to first have our T-shirt
오버워치 티셔츠를
signed
선수가
here
직접 팬
by
여러분께
Bellum
전달해
members,
드릴
given to
텐데요.
a
CCJ
fan.
선수 출발해 주세요.
Let me go give it. That was actually a really cool interview, though. Mentality over mechanics is what CCJ and Bellum focused on this season. Got him to a top 4.
Well, wonderfully done there by Bellum, but the road is not over yet. They still have another best of 5 to play in if they want to make that grand final, and they have some stiff opposition ahead of them with those games that we'll be seeing tomorrow. But we're not done yet here today because we still have another match. It's going to be X6 going up against the Foxes. Saw some confusion. Promised you guys that we would explain it. Playoff schedule. We have it today. We have it tomorrow. We have it Sunday. Next 3 days, we'll keep tweeting out the days, the schedule, when we're going to go live and everything. So keep track of that. We're going to go to a break. We're going to get ready for that next match. We'll see you guys when we come back.